Welcome back on Info for Triply, and this is fourth video of power electronics using MATLAB Simulink. Today we will discuss the common cathode configuration of diode using MATLAB Simulink, and you are with Paramjit Singh Jamwal. First of all, we will discuss the circuit diagram of common cathode configuration of diode. For this, we are considering three diodes D1, D2, D3, and cathode of which is connected at single point. That's why it is known as common cathode configuration of diode. And anode of D1 is connected with 4 volt battery, while D2 is connected with 6 volt battery, and D3 is connected with 8 volt battery. This combination is connected with a 2 ohm resistance. Now we will discuss this circuit in steps. First, we are considering this circuit without any voltage source. It is also shown in the characteristics shown here. There is no voltage across D1, D2 and D3, and there is also no voltage across output terminals. In second case, we are considering a 4 volt connected across the anode of the D1. So in this case, pink color is showing the battery voltage, that is 4 volt, and black color it is a 2 volt diode threshold voltage. So 2 volt will be dropped across it. So net 2 volt will be seen across the load terminal of 2 ohm resistance. So it is shown here with pink color. As it is a 2 ohm resistance, so there will be 1 ampere current through the load. Now talking about the D2 and D3, so this 2 volt will also seen across the reverse terminal of the D2 and D3, hence it is showing minus 2 volt here and minus 2 volt here. Now considering next case in which another 6 volt battery is connected across D2. Now seen here in characteristics, 6 volt is there and 2 volt is the diode dropped voltage. So net 4 volt will be seen across the 2 ohm resistance. So it is shown here, that is a 4 volt voltage, and correspondingly current will be 2 ampere. Now talking about the D1 and D3, so this 4 volt is also seen across the D1. Now cathode is at 4 volt and anode is also at 4 volt. So net voltage is 0. So 0 volt will be seen across the D1. It is given here. Now talking about the D3, so it is 4 volt, so minus 4 volt will be seen across the D3, so it is given here. Now considering next case in which 8 volt battery is connected across the D3. In this case 8 volt is shown here and 2 volt is dropped across the diode, so net 6 volt will be seen across the 2 ohm resistance. So it is given here 6 volt, and correspondingly there will be 3 ampere current across the load. Now talking about the effect of this battery on D1 and D2. So 6 volt is seen across the cathode of the D1 and 4 volt is at anode. So net minus 2 volt will be seen across the D1. So it is shown here. Now talking about the D2, 6 volt is at cathode and 6 volt at anode. So net 0 volt will be seen across the D2. So it is given here. From this discussion, we can conclude that the diode having highest positive battery voltage will conduct for this configuration. In this video, we will continue the simulation we have created in first lecture. So first of all, open that simulation and save it with different name. Now disconnect these measurement wires, and as we don't require diode current, so just remove it. Now reduce its size for simplicity. Now select this diode and rotate it and rearrange the elements. So now we have our first diode. So now update its forward voltage, as we are setting 2 volt, so update it to 2 volt. Now remove this RAM block from here and make the copy of this block, as we required 3 diodes. Now we have 3 diodes. So now connect its cathode terminal at same point and negative terminal of battery at same point. Now update the value of resistance, as we are selecting 2 ohm resistance. So update it and also update its measurement to branch voltage and current both. Now close it. Just shift it this block below and measurement port aside and fit to view. Now we need a step block, so just go to library and go to sources section of Simulink, where you will find this step block. So just drag this block to your simulation and now connect it here. Also click on step block to update its parameter. step time is 1 and final value is 4, and update sample time to TS. Now make a copy of this block and connect it here. Now after 2 seconds we required 6-volt battery source, so update it to 6. Now prepare a copy of this also. Now connect it here. Now after 3 seconds I need a 8-volt battery, so update it to 8-volt. Now you can also change its name, that is it is 4-volt source, it's 6-volt source, and it's 8-volt source. Now time to connect measurement terminals, so just go to Simulink library and identify from block, drag it into simulation, and also go to block. Now rotate this go to block and connect it here at first measurement and update it to D1, as it will display the voltage across diode D1. Now connect D2, update its name D2. Now connect D3, update its name D3. Now go to multimeter. It is showing that invalid setting in this step for parameter setting sample time, as we have not set the sample time. So first go and set the sample time, so TS 1 microsecond. Now again open multimeter and select desired. First we are selecting 4-volt source, then 6-volt source, and then 8-volt source. Now we want to measure voltage, and now we want to measure current. So this is the order I have selected in multimeter. Just shift it here. Now increase the terminal of Dmux block from 2 to 5, as we have 4 measurement from this multimeter, and increase the size for easy connection. Now we also required mux block, so drag this block here. We are muxing the battery voltage and diode voltage, so update tags and select D1. Now we have diode voltage and battery voltage. Make a copy for second diode, and now we have a second diode voltage and second battery voltage. Make a copy of this. Now we have a third battery voltage and third diode voltage. Make a copy of this mux block. First we are getting output voltage, and second we are getting output current. Now connect these terminals to the scope. Now for easy understanding, we can tag these lines by clicking on it. First is battery 1 voltage and diode 1 voltage. Second is battery 2 voltage and diode 2 voltage. Third is battery 3 voltage and diode 3 voltage. And last is output voltage and output current. Now just arrange it. Now our simulation is ready. Just save this simulation and update stop time to 4 seconds and run this simulation. Now open scope block to check the results from the simulation. To get the clear view, just click on scale X and Y axis limits. Now you can clearly see that we have obtained the desired result which we had discussed previously in this video. This is sufficient for today. We are thankful to I. Ketut Virajatri for his appreciating words. If this video is useful to you, then like and share it. If you have any query or suggestion, then let me know through your comments. If you want to get the notification about our upcoming videos, then subscribe our channel and click on bell icon. Thank you for being with us.